Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
Another director about their movie. Like, God damn it. I hate you, Jeff Keighley.
Hey,
All right.
he had to show out though. I like how
Yeah.
you can't. I thought we were gonna see a still for a new Kojima game. We didn't even get that.
No. So yeah, we didn't get that. We didn't get a lot of things, to be honest with you. I thought we were gonna get a lot more. I'll be honest. I thought we were gonna get more, but we didn't, and that's okay. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we've said time and time again, it could be due to the way the world is right now. So. Let's go through it though. I want to focus less on. Well, let's talk about who won the game of who took the game of the year and went to It Takes Two. All right.
Shocked.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is that we say shocked because I think it was because we never played it before, and everybody sees that game as an indie game, but the EA is the publisher, so it's not really the classic case of indie game. Granted, it's got an indie sort of feeling, got art style and stuff like that, so I think that makes it more indie, or what it looks like makes it look more indie. Regardless, though, yeah, when you see the names that were on that list, what we're looking at: Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Deathloop. Like, you think that you wouldn't think not once that it would be It Takes Two. I've never played it, but I hear nothing but good things. So
Yeah.
maybe they deserved it. I don't know.
You know, like, because I hear a lot of things about that was being said about the VGAs, but no one's actually upset about this game of the year. People are shocked, like
Okay.
we were,
Right.
but like everyone's like, it is a really good game. It's like how last year people made the case for Hades to win game of the year, and after playing
point.
Hades, I'm like, I see why you have this argument.
Same.
I'm sure if we played it, we'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And I've only ever heard good things. It's a great game to stream. It's a great game to play with your friends. So it's just like, and they did such a good job. Like, you can get like a code, and then you can give the game to someone so you can play with them. Like, it just did so much right, and I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? Even though like EA is a publisher, but like, it was like a small group, and the guy was stoked out of his mind.
Yeah.
He was real flexing. He was just like, ah, and I was like, good for you, dude. You
Yeah.
didn't think we were gonna win this.
No, even he didn't know. Yeah, it's Joseph Ferris is a dude, and we all know him. He's appeared in the Game Awards several times with the whole "fuck the Oscars" guy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his games are like that. Like, it's so funny. A lot of his games are very like two. You need kind of two people. He made Brothers, which is actually one person controlling two people, and then he made like A Way Out, which was very similar. It was if you own the game, you can invite your friend, even if they don't own the game, and they can just play along with you. Same thing here with It Takes Two. He designs games that have to be played with two people, which is, and you would think that's kind of niche, but it works, man, and it's just done very well. And like, you could tell, dude, they work really hard on making these kind of games, and it shows. I think it's great.
Yeah, overall the VGAs, but yeah, it's like a full heartfelt congratulations from everyone here at the Microtransaction. You did a good job. We will play your game, we promise.
Absolutely.
Especially because that thing's on Game Pass, baby. Woo! You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so yeah, but honestly, top to bottom, I know we were expecting like a megaton hit, but there were some things like with Horizon Zero S not even cementing their own date.
Yeah, like, we know, or they put in this sort of, I want to call it a placeholder right now, this February 18th date. But yeah, like you said, they didn't show it off again, which kind of makes you question. I'm just like, ooh, maybe nothing's all fine and dandy in paradise, if you know what I mean. That being said, though, the game looked great though. Like, the game looked
Oh, it looked
awesome.
so pretty.
I loved some of the new things they showed, especially her outfits and the monsters and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, it would have been nice to see that date make me feel at least a little bit better, you know. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't see you like, not you, but as a PlayStation fan, after watching the VGAs, getting that like, oh yeah,
Right,
like, moment. I feel like Sony just didn't have that.
No.
And you know what I mean? Like, in with Ratchet and Clank, did they win? Did they win anything?
I don't believe so. I don't think so. If they did, it would have been some of those like quick, like, hey, this is who won this is who won that. but I highly doubt it. I don't think so. There wasn't anything,
Oh,
and
well,
yeah, not even
there-
a big PlayStation. Well, we know PlayStation doesn't appear in a lot of these things now, but
Mhm.
even then, like usually you'll see like a game, like you said, Horizon Zero Dawn was kind of the only thing, or Horizon Forbidden West was the only thing that they really showed, and that was it. I think that's kind of
yeah, it was quite like lacking from the Sony side.
right.
But like it's funny, the quietness from Sony has made other things like come up to the top more,
Yeah.
and it's been pretty rad. Like when like I know you have the list in front of you, but when you go down the list
hmm
of some of the games that came out, you're like, oh man, like if a God of War did show up here, it would just overshadow all of this.
Yeah.
Because your boy Kratos, he's like you. He looms. His personality looms at 7 foot. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like he casts a wide shadow.
No, I completely agree. So yeah, we're gonna go down this list here, and I think you're 100% on the money there. That a lot of these games look, get just a few more eyes and are talked about a little bit more because yeah, like you said, PlayStation just doesn't have that presence. So yeah, not bad at all. So let's go over the some of the lists here. We're gonna start off with Hellblade 2: Senua's Sacrifice. Looks amazing. Hellblade 1 was great. The only complaint I'd have with the original Hellblade is just the fact that the final boss, if you will, or the final challenge, or whatever you want to call it, it was a little too generic, in my opinion. Like it wasn't done, like where you feel like it was more like, oh, that was it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, yeah, it was kind of boring, done very cheaply. Now, granted, it was a smaller studio and they don't have a big budget, but for what they did with that little budget, fantastic, and it shows in this one as well. No exception. If anything, I think this one, it looks better. It should look better. We got a little bit of that Xbox money. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, I'm here for it. I can't wait for that to come out, dude. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Oh, it was real nice to see that. Like I'm like, oh yeah, Xbox has some bangers coming out, boy. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this being high on the list.
Yeah. Then we got Star Wars Eclipse, which is made by Quantic Dream. These are the people who brought you Heavy Rain. They brought you Detroit Become Human. That's about it. Because Beyond Two Souls, Beyond Two Souls, I think is what it's called. Sucks. Mm-hmm. It's a terrible game. But other than that, all the other ones are great. Now it's funny because I see this, I'm like, ooh man, I bet you PlayStation probably wish they would have. I want to say PlayStation would wish they purchased Quantic Dream, but then again, I know there was a lot of issues with that, like legal issues, especially with being able to run a studio similar to that of Activision with like sexual harassment allegations, that sort of thing. So maybe they were right not to do it, but regardless, they have a Star Wars property, and I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. Isn't it like it's just a Star Wars universe where we make decisions in? The CGI cutscene looked awesome.
It did.
Yeah.
But like we said, like I temper my expectations.
Yeah.
Because these games are great.
Mm-hmm.
I think these games are good. I think like the novelties. Well, like what's the game with? Is it just with the origami killer? What was it called again?
Heavy Rain.
Jason. And I'm like, cool, but after that, I feel like the novelty kind of wore off, and like I see the Star Wars, it's cool, and I always want to be psyched for Star Wars, but like I also heard like the guy in real life, like the main dude, is kind of a douchebag. Like he thinks like he's like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Wait, are we talking about the like a character in the game or the director himself?
No, the director.
Oh, so David Cage.
Yeah.
David Cage.
Yeah, apparently he's a huge douchebag in real life.
I think he's French.
Like like don't get me wrong, you can be a douchebag if you make a good game. I just need you to make a better game.
Yeah,
right?
or hell, yeah, like you said, I agree. Like if you want to make a great games, like if you were like Shigeru Miyamoto or someone, if you're a douchebag, I'm like, you know what, understandably so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
but if you're making, hell, I'd even say Kojima is probably up there too. He could probably be a piece of shit. No, and everyone's like, oh, a deserving piece of shit. Yes, you are. David Cage. No, I mean he made Indigo Prophecy. Don't get me wrong. The people who do like these games, I think they really like these games. But I think for someone like you and I agree with you. I think they're good. I I'd see somewhere. I think Detroit Become Human was really good. Was really good actually. I didn't even play it. I watched it, and I don't watch people play games. So I watched Ani play that actually on the couch. And it seemed, honestly, I thought that was more interesting, even though the Origami Killer thing, the Heavy Rain, that had, you know, that nice suspense to it. But Detroit Become Human was, I don't know, it was just a little different, you know?
Wow. Yeah, I like I said, I'm gonna hold my expectations.
I gotcha. All right, then we were agreed with some Sonic 2, some movie action from the Sonic 2 trailer. I watched it. I actually watched it twice. Dude, I love it. You know what's funny? Is that when you Idris Elba? Idris Elba. We knew he was going to be the voice for Knuckles, and I didn't know how to feel about that. Like, I know the dude's a phenomenal actor from everything that I've seen, but I've always thought, you know, what kind of voice would he give to Knuckles? And when I heard it, I was like, holy shit, that's really good. Like, I'm like, this is actually a great voice he gave to Knuckles. Like, it's just like, it's not like American. It's got some kind of, you know, like twist to it, but it's done really well. And it's just like, okay, cool. I love it. I love what they're doing.
Yeah, when you hear Knuckles talk, you're like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, this is a perfect way to deal with Knuckles. Because, like, it's like you said, it's not an American accent, but it sounds almost mysterious. And since, like, Homie does have such a great, like, natural speaking voice,
Yes.
I'm like, man. And, you know, the original voice actress for Tails reprised her role in this movie. And I'm like, and then when you hear Tails talking, you're just like, why would anybody else ever try to follow? Like, this is, it just fits so perfect, and I'm so happy they got it. It's like I don't know if you're gonna have one like the Halo trailer. It's like they have Jen Taylor, who does the voice for Cortana.
Okay.
She's in the show too, and you're like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean?
Cool. That's cool. Like, yeah, all around cool. I didn't know that I didn't think they were gonna do like a sort of origin story between Tails and Sonic, like where they kind of first meet. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing, but I'm glad they're doing it, dude. I liked the first one. I thought it was, you know, it was good. I don't think it was like fantastic. Like, hey, you gotta watch this movie, but it was still good. It was a nice little family fun watch night, you know. And I think I expect the same thing for this one.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Right.
It was cool that I got to see him. Like, wow, Tails is like playing is like in a movie.
Yeah,
like this is wild, dude.
It is pretty
like
wild.
This is tight.
And then I'll fit this one in here. Wonder Woman. We saw a little teaser for Wonder Woman. You know, definitely nice. I believe it was Warner Brothers Studios who's making it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure. Again, it was just a teaser trailer, so we didn't see too much. But definitely interested though. Definitely interested.
Hey, Wonder Woman is underrated.
Oh yeah.
Especially because she's one of the big three, and let's just say if they play it like how it should be, Wonder Woman should be murking some people. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
agree.
Wonder Woman doesn't take prisoners.
Right.
She's like, I don't need to worry about whether they're gonna change the way. I got the lasso, and if they don't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They need to. This is their excuse. They could, you know, all that movie BS. Just leave it. You know, leave it at the door. Dude, just go all in on this. I agree. I think it'll be something. It'll be something special, or it can be something special.
It can, yeah.
We saw, you know, Cuphead DLC coming right on time. Now, it's been a few years, but it looks good. It looks so awesome, dude. Cuphead was good in itself. Now they're introducing a new character, Chalice, and it's got the same. It feels like the same art style. You know, just everything you love about Cuphead, and now you got more.
No, the commercial was amazing with the puppetry. Went into the style. Cuphead, I think, is in a great place. They know exactly they are, how to promote their shit, and everyone knows you beat Cuphead, you get your e-penis grows 2 inches more that day.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So Cuphead, I'm excited for.
Well, add 2 inches to my length, Chris, because I did beat Cuphead. So yeah, thank you.
Oh
I appreciate that. Yeah, well, you know.
You beat Cuphead?
You know, I'm packing. All right, I'm packing.
Poppy, like, yeah, damn, bro.
And then I don't know if anybody really cares about this, but I put it on there because I thought it looked kind of cool. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, the sequel to it. It looks fun. You know, it looks like a little like a Gears of War kind of clone. You know, I dug it. Bloody.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I know the people just it's like visceral. I
Yeah.
want to use it for
Yeah,
this
that's a
thing.
perfect word, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like when I saw it and I liked everything about it. They entered like even as someone who doesn't know anything about Warhammer, you saw the I guess the Hell's Angels
Mhm.
and seeing it was the great thing that like from like Halo 3 when the guy's blind, he's like, hey, it's a Spartan, we're gonna be all right, and he's like, yeah, and like you know how you made you feel like he was a badass, it makes you feel like the character you're playing as, these three people are badasses, so you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It really did.
And I'm like, it made me. It was trying to convey that to me,
Mhm.
and I got it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So good trailer.
Yeah, definitely a good trailer. Then Star Trek Resurgence. I don't know. It looks okay. I'm not really a Star Trek guy myself, but
I looked on Twitter. Star Trek people, they're pretty like, all right, let's try it out.
Okay.
Like, and I'm like, cool.
hey, that's cool.
All right.
And then one of the trailers they closed it out with was Arc Raiders. There was this third person sort of shooter. They seem to be shooting a lot of drones. Music that felt out of place in the trailer, but I mean, it looks interesting. It looks kind of cool. Looks like it might be very Destiny-like. So if I hear more, I want to hear more about it. And if it does start leaning more towards Destiny, I'm checking out 100%. But
Come on, Liquid, you're never gonna give another Destiny type game another chance again.
no, not if it's like that, dude. I'm sick and tired. The thing is, like Destiny, one of my biggest issues is the waves. Oh, get to this area, fight 3 waves of enemies, advance to the next area, fight 3 waves of enemies. Like, I'm tired of that, dude. And I'm tired of playing the same missions over and over and over again. Like, it's just, if you want to make it just a single player shit, give me just the one mission. Like, I'm okay with playing the story. Like, I'll play the Destiny story and that's it. And then I'll check out. I don't mind doing that. But yeah, if it's the same reason I stood away from Avengers. And rightfully so, because Avengers was complete shit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I paid for that game.
I'm still gonna be
Right.
I'm still gonna be the story. Mark my words.
Okay, that's fine. But like the Raiders game, like to echo what you said, I like the art style, I like the characters. I'm like, cool, we're fighting a lot of drones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the villains look very like it would look cool, but I'm like, man, if you were to play this, I'm like, this cool factor would fade super fast.
Yeah.
Like this looks like an extra enemy. Like, you know what I mean? It looks like a grunt villain, and there should be an elite somewhere. And I'm like, yo, when are you gonna show me this big baddie?
Right.
And you show me this little one. And they showed like the big monsters and stuff like that, but you didn't get to see them like together.
Right.
It did look very Destiny. When I was like watching the trailer, it brought me back to the first Destiny game where you the space magic, that big like E3 thing.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I can see like for Destiny people, this might be hype as hell. And if you get that audience, there's a very good audience to get, because Destiny people bought the fuck in. They've been playing for how long now? Like,
Too long.
come on, man.
Too long.
Like, hey, Destiny again. I don't have no hate. no
You
problem.
people are insane. You're playing the same fucking thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. That's a definition of insanity.
They had got the BR now, the pistol from Halo, and just congratulations, Bungie, 30th anniversary. You're going through some stuff. You're trying to be better, whatever. But like, yeah,
You'll never do what 343 is doing. Let me stop.
Oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, no, overall I thought it was cool, and I like how I don't know why, but I'm really liking ending a show on something new.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Hold on real
Like-
quick. Dylan, are you okay? Dylan's here, by the way, people. Dylan, you okay?
Dylan.
You wanna pop your head in? I'll blur it out.
I'm
The
in the
Pro
middle.
Controller?
They don't respect
Controller.
you guys.
Pro
They
controller.
don't respect you. They don't
Check
respect
the drawer above.
Dylan?
You know where the Switch games are at? Okay.
Look at
Oh,
this.
here it goes. Here it goes.
Unprofessional. It's like let me guess, what, your PC's gonna overheat and we gotta take a 5-minute break. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, what was I in the middle of saying? Yeah, I like the games are ending on
Like a new
on a new show, like a new IP,
Yeah.
because we get stuck in ruts. Look at me, I've been playing the same game for the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, Halo. Like every time there's a new Halo, I'm sucked in. But I'm like, I want these new things, and I want these new things.
Okay.
Because remember, Last of Us was new at one point, and now I don't want to live in a world without it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. That's a good point. That's a
So-
great point, actually. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's about it though that I had for the award show. Chris, any last things you want to say about the award show before we change the subject here?
Jeff Keighley is always dressed to impress.
Jeff Keighley's always looking fresh. Oh, also call out Tim Schafer, dude. I dig the suit. I know they did you so wrong, dude. Psychonauts 2 deserved way more awards, but that
Yes,
suit,
100%.
bro, sharp.